Okay, so we've now got everything disassembled from the table saw fence. So let's just see what comes out of the box. You've got the clear cut stock guide unit here. There's two of them. They come fully assembled and ready to go. Again, very nicely done. Here is the mounting screws and nuts for a T-track, for a standard T-track. You've got a set of screws here so that you can mount this rather large guide here. This is what the stock guides actually sit on. So you can mount not only mount this on an Incra fence, you can mount it on a wooden fence, on an MDF fence. So you can do so with these screws. It even comes with a drill bit and for the screw holes, so they're exactly the right diameter, and then a wrench. I've also got here a special Incrementing Kit that Jessem have designed especially for the Incra fences, and I'll show you why I think these are an extremely important idea in a moment. So what we've got, first thing we have to do is mount this bar here. It comes with three separate holes. We'll just zoom in here. So the first hole here is just a pilot hole so that you get the holes sorted out in the right place for these screws here. Then the second hole here, this is for these screws. And then finally, the larger hole here is designed for these screws here. So let's come over to the table and we'll have a look. So I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, I have already mounted 3 of the conversion kit for the Incra, and I'm just going to come around here and I'll show you why I think this is really important. So here's the bar mounted on the table here, and I hope you can see this okay. And this bar should line up against this edge of the fence. Now, as you can see with the T slots on the Incra, we've got 1, 2, 3 T slots. This set of screws will not fit. You will only be able to mount it on one side. Okay, maybe this is strong enough, maybe not. I think it probably is strong enough, but then we hit the second problem. This slider here should be mounted directly on top of this. If you come and have a look at the Incra here, we've got this bar. Now, I've experimented many times with trying to lift the fence in order so this here is flush with the top of this, because of course this bar, I don't know if you can see it with my camera, but it's too wide. It needs to be here, which means sitting on top of that. And that's why Jessem have made these extenders here, because now, and I'll come back a little bit, this bar sits directly on the top here, like so, comes over the top of this, and fits absolutely perfectly. Also, another side benefit is that it actually lifts up the height of what the stock guides can actually rip. So, these little units here have to be very carefully installed, or else the screws won't line up properly. So I'm going to come here. What you've got, you have to install 2 lots of screws. The first lot of screws here hold the conversion piece in place, and then the guide fits on top, and then you screw into here. So these here have to be perfectly square, or this has to be perfectly square with the fence, and then those 2 screws there must perfectly line up with that one and that one. What I've done, as you can see on my fence here, is that I actually marked the correct position, like so, and then it's just a matter of coming back over here, taking this and these 2, and come over here. Then it's just a matter of installing it like so, and then with a square, making sure that that there is actually square with the fence. So what I'll do is I will install that there, and then we'll start doing some cuts.